Yo, what's up, winners? Let's go in and start on X Spaces as well. Let's see here. Awesome, awesome. All right, so we are live on YouTube, vertical live stream. That way we can go ahead and tip some jewels. So let's see how that goes. And then we're also live on X Spaces. Welcome to Stay Winning Podcast, Money News episode number 11. This is just financial news, the latest thing, so you can make informed decisions when it comes to investing your money. So, if you're tuning in on YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe. If you are turning in on X, go ahead and like and repost the space. So, actually, let me go ahead and pin that up above, and we can go ahead and get that taken care of here. Okay, that should be awesome. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so today we're going to discuss something that I came across and I thought actually was very, very interesting. So let's go over the 25 fastest growing jobs in the US. Okay. Okay. So if you look back at Gen X and you look back at 1991, you could see there was a lot of opportunity when it came to investing in what we know as the FANG companies today. So, well, at least half of them, right? So back in 1991 or the early 90s, you can get Starbucks stock, you can get Amazon stock, you can get Microsoft stock, you can get Apple stock, all for under $1. This is 1991, right? So who's in their 20s and 30s at this time? Generation X. So ever since the 90s, obviously, we know how expensive things have gotten, especially housing and real estate, right? If you bought, for example, a home in California in 1990 or even in 1994, 1995, let's do that. Fast forward 30 years later, your house, you bought a house for 150, your house is probably worth 1.5 million now. So a 10x in 30 years. So this is what I mean when I say that real estate is actually a retirement plan. But let's save that for another live stream and another video. So thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Stay Winning Podcast. This is Money News episode number 11. Today we're going to discuss the 25 fastest growing jobs in the US. So that was a brief disclosure. Keep that in mind when I'm going over this list here. Beach Time, you just tuned in. Thank you for the support on X. We're also live on YouTube, vertical live stream, in case you want to go ahead and tip. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. If you want to speak up, feel free to speak up at any moment. All right, so when you think about that in 1991, right? Gen X was able to buy Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, um, all for under $1. Even Starbucks, all for under $1. Nikki Mon, hello. Priyanka, hello. Thank you for tuning in on the YouTube vertical live stream. Please hit the like, it really helps me out. And if you want to go in and tip a jewel, please go ahead and do so. This feature has been activated on YouTube vertical live streams. So, with that said, right, Gen X was able to capitalize. Congrats to those that did. Now we're millennials and Gen Z, we're in our 20s and 30s. It's like, what do we invest in? What is our opportunity, right? So I like to think that our opportunity is based on 3D printing, artificial intelligence, Web3, right? Crypto, blockchain technology. Those are things that we can invest today that are similar to the opportunities Gen X had in 1991. When you think about, oh, what's under $1, right? You can look at Cardano under $1, you can look at XLM under $1. And if you still think you're late on Bitcoin, personally, my belief is that you are not late to Bitcoin. Thank you for those that just tuned in on the vertical live stream. We're also live on X Spaces. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Peaches Holly, hey, what's up, King? Nice to meet you. All right, so let's go over the 25 fastest growing jobs. So if you're out there trying to be like, hey, what do I want to do with my life? Where is the money at? Where are the opportunities at, right? A lot of jobs obviously are going to be replaced by artificial intelligence. We know that. Okay. Hey, Priyanka, Peaches. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to go ahead and answer them for you. Xin chào, tên tôi là. So we know artificial intelligence is going to replace a lot of jobs, right? One of the jobs on the top of my head that I can think of is graphic design, right? Eventually, or maybe even video editing, right? These are things that AI could potentially replace. So now when people are going to debt into or going to college and getting into debt, they're like, okay, what can I get my degree in that's actually going to be useful? So if I start graphic design today, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, those jobs may no longer be available, right? So let's go over the 25 fastest growing jobs in the US so you can make an informed decision of where you want to go to school for or what to go to school for, and if it's worth getting a student loan debt for you. All right, so the number one fastest growing job in the US is artificial intelligence engineer. So, what do they do? An artificial intelligence engineer designs, develops, and implements AI models and algorithms to optimize the process and solve complex problems. So, if we take a look at X, they have Grok AI. That's pretty much what an artificial intelligence engineer does, right? And obviously, AI just keeps getting smarter and smarter as more people use it, ask it questions, and have conversations with it, right? So if you're looking, hey, what job will still be out there in the market 5 years from now when I'm graduating college? Artificial intelligence is the number one job that will be available to you. So make informed decisions based on if you want to go to school for that. Number two, artificial intelligence consultant. Okay, so what does an artificial intelligence consultant do? An artificial intelligence consultant assists organizations with the adoption and integration of AI technologies to meet business goals and improve operations. Remember, this field is super new, Winner, super, super new, right? So, for someone that has basic knowledge of how AI works, you may want to go to a small business and say, hey, instead of paying, and again, this is a sad part, right? And it's up for debate and discussion. Thanks, Priyanka. Appreciate that. Guys, if you just tuned in, hit the like and subscribe, please, on YouTube Vertical. It really helps me out. If you want a tip, the Jewel features are available. It's literally just one set. I just want to see how it works and it shows up on my screen. Okay. Let's see here. All right, Beach Time. I see you on Next Spaces. Appreciate that. So you can actually start your own business. It's a low startup cost to become a consultant. You start your own business, and hey, what's up, FF Gamer? Appreciate you, Priyanka. Thank you for subscribing. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the like. So, what does an artificial intelligence consultant do? Right? It's actually a small. You can be your own boss in this, right? If you have basic knowledge of AI, a lot of companies, a lot of people are really, really new to this. So you can actually charge a fee and start consulting people on the benefits of artificial intelligence. If you're good with numbers, you can be like, okay, let me know your operations. This is where you can cut cost and replace it with artificial intelligence. Okay. So some of the big companies, obviously, are Amazon that are going to go ahead and move that forward. But you can definitely start at the middle market or the lower level market. So if you want to get familiar with that, that's definitely one of the top 25 jobs available um, or fastest growing in the US. Number three, physical therapy. So the medical field is obviously here to stay, regardless of what happens with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and the MAHA movement. But a physical therapist assesses and treats patients to help relieve pain, improve mobility, and prevent or recover from injuries. So that job is one of the fastest growing in the US as people seek to be more outdoors, as we live our life more online. They're more prone to injuries. Like personally, me, it's like, hey, let's go pick up surfing, let's go pick up hiking. Physical therapy is here to stay. The good thing about physical therapy, or at least to be a physical therapy assistant, you actually don't need a lot of schooling for it. So, great career earning people that are very successful and are actually homeowners in California with that career. All right. Beach Time, thank you again for tuning in on X Spaces. We're also live on Vertical YouTube live stream. Number four, Workforce Development Manager. So, what does a Workforce Development Manager do? Workforce Development Managers design and implement training programs that allow employees to upskill in new or existing areas and align workforce capabilities with organizational needs. So, think about this for a moment. The market has been reacting. Hey, what's up, Julie? Good morning. The market has already been reacting positively to a Trump administration, right? We're 2 weeks away. The market is already reacting positively. They're expecting less regulation. They're expecting tax cuts. So they're bullish, right? So where does all that new money go? Reinvested back into their companies. If you notice last time back in 2017, the 2019 one year, right? When the first tax cuts were presented by the Trump administration, you actually got bonuses. Some of the companies that gave out bonuses to their employees, Bank of America, AT&T, those are the two that stand out. So they were reinvesting back into their employees, and these workforce development managers were being hired so people can learn new skills and grow within the company because all of a sudden there was more jobs than people in the US, right? So if you want to compare apples to apples, we have an incoming Trump administration again, and that may be, or that's another reason why this job is on the list as far as the fastest growing job in the US. Number four, workforce development manager. Priyanka, yeah, good night, Priyanka. Thank you for the support. Thank you for hitting the like. I appreciate you for tuning in. Again, if you just joined on X Spaces, thank you for the support there as well. Number five, this one's pretty fun. Travel advisor. So, travel advisor is one of the fastest growing jobs in the US. Why is that? Social media. Everyone's always flexing where they're at on social media, right? Look at me. I'm in Newport Beach, California. Am I going to flex? Of course. Who doesn't want a corner office in Newport Beach, California with ocean views? So, that's the video for another time. But travel advisor. So, what does a travel advisor do? A travel advisor helps plan and book travel arrangements, including transportation, accommodations, and activities, right? So, this is huge. If you travel, you can monetize your travels, right? Just live stream it, for example, the way we're doing it now. Post on X, post on Instagram. Oh, Instagram doesn't pay, but YouTube pays. What's up, Fuzia? Appreciate you. Yeah, Julie, Newport Beach is great. That's where I spend most of my time. Newport Beach out here. So, a travel advisor, not only can you help individuals, you can also help companies, and you can work closely with an events planner, right? So, as long as there's a job market, which we are expecting a strong job market in this administration, there's going to be event planners. Those event planners are eventually going to need travel advisors, right? So, you can eventually get paid to travel. Um, the way that it is now, it's about 80% female and 20% male. That's the way the industry is. Fuzia, I'm wonderful. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Priyanka, appreciate the roses. Um, if someone wants to provide a jewel or diamond, I want to see how it looks like of it. I've never experienced that. It's only 1 cent, so let's move on to job number 6. Event coordinator. See, we were just talking about that. Event coordinators manage the planning and execution of social, corporate, or nonprofit events, typically involving logistics like scheduling, vendor management, and budget allocation. So that relates similar to what I was talking about with job number 5, travel advisor, event coordinator. And again, this is something not only can you be employed as an event coordinator, you can also start your own company, uh, your own event coordinating company. Small startup cost. It's all about networking, who you know, and eventually, the more you do the job, the more people you know. Chill time, thank you. What's up? Appreciate you tuning in. Dead Cat Crypto, all I heard was 80% female. Sounds good. Exactly, exactly. So, side note here, right? So the travel advisor is the number 5 fastest growing job in the US. Okay. And it is 80% female, right? So just think about all the travel influencers and content creators that are out there. They're 80% female. So if that's a space that you want to break in and potentially find your significant other, you could probably go ahead and do that, Dead Cat Crypto. So I hope me reading out your name doesn't ban me on YouTube here. Unalive Feline Crypto. All right, number 7. Director of Development. So, what does a Director of Development do? Director of Development oversees an organization's fundraising strategy, from donor relations to portfolio management, in order to secure financial support for business projects or nonprofit activities. Think about it. The more we live online, the less you need these big corporate companies, right? So now, if I want to release a movie, which I have, um, you can go directly to, for example, I forgot what it's called. There's a film event that takes place. It was in Santa Monica, now it's in Vegas. I can go shot my movie there directly. So I don't have to go through a studio, rent the studio, pay the studio fees, have the studio manage my movie, tell me who to change the character, make it go woke, etc. Right? Now you can be an independent filmmaker and go shop your film around, and applications like Amazon will pick it up, right? And you never had to go to Amazon Studios, you never had to go to MGM Studios. So a director of development will help in those cases, right? So the more we live online, the more independent you can be, right? So before, if you wanted to be a musician, you'd be like, hey, where's the record label at? Now it's Spotify, Web3, DistroKid. You can be your own musician, your own manager, and you don't need to go through those big corporations to release your music or distribute your music. So a director of development can help people like that. And again, it's also not only can you be an employee, it's also a small startup cost for a business. Number 8, this one's huge. Outside sales representatives. This is the opposite. This is 20% female and 80% male. So if you're looking for a significant other, I believe you may want to know that information. But outside sales representatives sell products or services to prospective and existing clients through face-to-face interactions, building customer relationships, and helping businesses achieve sales targets. Here's the cool thing, right? If you want a job and you can't get an interview, you can't get hired, they're not going to look at your resume, you can actually make calls yourself and connect the client to the company, and they might give you a cut, right? So it's not necessarily, so again, it's another field where you can be an employee and also your own boss. All right, job number 9. All right, this one is 66% female currently and 34% male. I believe you guys like those details, so many you know. It's a sustainability specialist. Can also be known as an environmental analyst. So, sustainability specialists analyze organizations' existing environmental and social impacts and design strategies that mitigate potential harm and promote resource efficiency. Why is this good? Think about when Tesla first started buying Bitcoin, right? And then eventually they announced, oh, it costs too much energy to mine Bitcoin. So that's what a sustainability specialist will focus on. Hey, maybe we can mine some Cardano instead, or invest in Cardano, or Cardano in the books, right? Not only does that help the company save money, not only does it help them, right, not on cost of mining, for example, but maybe prevent them from penalties from the government or local city government. So a sustainability specialist, and again, this is not just a job that you can be an employee. It's also a low cost startup for your own business. Number 10, as crime has increased over the last 4 years, especially in areas like Baltimore, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco. Okay. Number 10, one of the fastest growing jobs, security guard. So a security guard monitors and protects property, people, assets, and responding to potential threats and ensuring overall safety. Currently, this field is 33% female and 67% male. All right. So, I mean, I didn't expect it to be like that. But that's pretty cool to know. So, not only are you, so think about this. I know someone that started off as a security guard and now they're the account manager, right? So, what does that mean? They manage all these properties and they send all these securities with a checklist to make sure things are in compliance, right? Not only are things safety, but are people following parking regulations? Are people do the lights work? Yeah, Paul Blart. We saw how big Paul Blart got. So yes, exactly. Security guard. So that's one of the top 10 fastest growing jobs in the U.S. All right. So number 11, I might have to do a part two. I'll probably stop at 15, um, and then I'll do a part two. Number 11, community planner. This is 58% female, 42% male. A community planner develops plans for land use, particularly public land, and design programs for infrastructure and community development. So I live in Orange County, California. That building you see right here, and the building I'm in right now, is one of the most expensive commercial real estate properties in all of California, right? So think about it. If you were to be a community planner and you were to take part in something like this, you're cut. I mean, developers already make a lot of money, right? But you're helping the real estate developer with the community. It's like, oh, okay, cool. That building goes good there. So maybe a park goes good here. Oh, maybe a coffee shop across the park. So community planner. So remember, we're expecting less regulations coming into this administration, which means faster building, which means community planner takes the number 11 spot for the fastest growing job in the US. Going back to artificial intelligence, number 12, artificial intelligence researcher. All right, at the moment, this job is 26% female, 74% male. Artificial intelligence researchers advance AI, or they research advanced AI technologies and solutions or develop new ones through advanced research, experimentation, and the development of algorithms or techniques, right? So Whatever we type in on Grow, for example, on X, they're looking at that information, seeing the words that people use, seeing if they like the results that they're getting. So if I say, hey, generate me an image of a frog chilling at the beach, it'll generate me that. Then I can provide a feedback. Oh, that is what I was expecting. I'm going to pick one of these four. So the artificial intelligence researcher takes that information and they can tweak everything else so it's smoother going forward. Again, it's very, very new. If you're not an engineer, this is a great starting path. And apparently, the market is like 20% remote. So if you're looking to not work at the office or not commute all the time, that's a pretty decent number. Number 13, treasury manager. So, what do? A treasury manager oversees an organization's financial assets by identifying and mitigating risks, managing cash flow, and developing long term financial strategies. Okay, so this is similar to what I was doing back when I used to work at the bank. I believe that role now pays, it starts at like 94,000 maybe. Speaking of Wells Fargo and Bank of America, um, and you don't need a degree for that. Okay, and obviously companies like that provide great benefits. And if you do want to go to school, they actually pay for your school as well. So, treasury management, the number 13th fastest growing job in the US. We're going to go to two more, and then I'll do a part two of this video. It's performing really, really well, but I figured why not make two videos instead of one. So, again, if you're just tuning in a vertical live stream, hit the like, hit subscribe, please. Um, you can tip a jewel. Obviously, we have super chats and super stickers, but I just want to see how the jewel works and if anything pops up on my screen. So thank you very much. Beach Time, I see you on X Spaces. Thank you for the support. Number 14, land agent. And again, this is huge, right? They're not making any more land. So this is number 14 fastest growing job in the US, currently 25% female and 75% male. So land agents negotiate and manage agreements related to the sale and acquisition of land, including property transactions, land usage, and resource access. Again, you can be an employee, and again, it doesn't cost much to start your own business. There's land out there that you can buy as low as $3,000. Personally, I know someone that literally flips land every single day. Imagine just flipping one land a week and their profit margin is 2 grand and it's all online. It's perfect. Um, and the good thing with land agents is that there's a lot of tax benefits to businesses, right? So if I put goats on my land, all of a sudden it's considered something else to the IRS, and now I pay less taxes. All right, number 15. Okay, and we're gonna cut it here. Then we're gonna do another part two. So don't forget to like and subscribe to follow. Julie, thank you for the support. Okay, number 15, grant consultants or grants consultants. They help organizations with grants process through identifying funding opportunities, preparing grant applications, and ensuring compliance with grant requirements. Currently, the field is 75% female. So for those that are looking for a baddie out there, it's 25% male. And again, this is something you could be an employee or also start your own business. So you're familiar with small businesses, right? With how to register an LLC, the benefits of Wyoming, Nevada, Delaware, how to asset protect through LLCs and a trust. Eventually, you want to become a good thing that leads to that is grant consulting. So there might be grants in specific states where, hey, this business is owned by a woman. They qualify for this money. That's money they never have to pay back. Oh, this business is owned by a minority. They don't have to pay that money back. Oh, this business is owned by, I don't know, immigrant this or whatever requirement it is. There's grants available for small businesses to keep growing, and that's money they don't have to pay back. This is aside from the SBA, right? So Small Business Association, which we'll save that for another video. So again, winners, these are the top 15 jobs, the fastest growing jobs in the US. A big chunk of them have to do with social media and artificial intelligence. So when you're looking to make an informed decision on what to go to school for and if it's worth getting in debt, this is something you might want to take a look at. And maybe we could do a part three and see what jobs are no longer going to be here 10 years from now. So if you want to go to school or if you one day want to send your kids to school, we all have the best informed decisions or the best information so we can make the best informed decisions with our money going forward. All right. Those that tune in on X, thank you. Don't forget to like and repost the space and follow. Those that turn in on vertical live stream, thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Like and subscribe. All right, so I'll let you know when part two is coming along. I'll pre-schedule it. Follow me on all socials. Thank you for tuning in and stay winning.